XRP's chances of becoming the next big crypto ETF might not just depend on court rulings. It could all come down to the 2024 U.S. presidential election. XRP investors have been riding a wave of hope and uncertainty after the first application for an XRP exchange-traded fund, ETF, was filed, only to have their optimism dampened by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filing an appeal against Ripple. The competition to become the first U.S. altcoin ETF is heating up, with both XRP and Solana vying for the title. However, some analysts believe the fate of these ETFs might ultimately be decided by the upcoming U.S. election. Last week, XRP investors were optimistic when Bitwise, a well-known asset manager, submitted an application for an XRP ETF. This move was seen as a significant step forward, especially since Judge Analisa Torres ruled last year that XRP was not a security, seemingly clearing the path for approval. However, the excitement was short-lived when the SEC announced its intention to appeal the Ripple court ruling just days after the ETF filing. This sequence of events sparked speculation that the SEC's appeal might have been triggered by the XRP ETF application. While the timing could be coincidental, the SEC's decision cast doubt on whether XRP's ETF application will succeed. Galaxy's head of research, Alex Thorne, predicted the appeal would lower the chances of ETF approval to near zero. Analysts suggest the upcoming U.S. presidential election could be a critical factor in determining the future of the XRP ETF. Eric Balcones, a senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, stated that the approval might depend more on who wins the election than on the legal proceedings. He suggested that if Democratic candidate Kamala Harris wins, the chances of XRP's ETF approval are slim. In contrast, if pro-crypto Republican Donald Trump wins, the ETF could gain traction, and the market might see a wave of altcoin ETF filings. Balcones called the current XRP ETF application a cheap call option on a Trump win, as Trump has vowed to replace the anti-crypto SEC chair Gary Gensler. If Trump is elected, the regulatory landscape could shift dramatically in favor of cryptocurrencies. XRP's primary competitor in the ETF race, Solana, faces additional hurdles. Solana was listed as a possible security in the SEC's lawsuit against Binance, which complicates its chances of being approved as an ETF. Moreover, Solana's blockchain has experienced multiple outages, raising concerns about its technical reliability. In contrast, XRP, having been declared not a security, appears to be in a stronger position, with fewer technical issues hindering its progress. Nick Cowan, CEO of fintech firm Valerium, commented that Solana's technical issues could slow down its ETF approval, while XRP, as a more established player in the crypto market, stands on more solid ground. While the XRP community is buzzing with excitement over the potential for an ETF, some experts caution that the broader market might not share the same enthusiasm. Sergey Gurev, a risk manager at Web3 firm Uhodler, argued that the ETF might not attract substantial outside interest. He pointed to the underwhelming performance of Ether ETFs as evidence, noting that second-tier cryptocurrencies like XRP and Solana might not generate the same demand as Bitcoin and Ether ETFs. Gurev also highlighted that traditional financial, TradFi, investors often have dedicated liquidity pools for cryptocurrency investments, most of which are already allocated to Bitcoin and Ether. Shifting liquidity into an XRP ETF would require investors to sell their BTC or ETH holdings, which many are unlikely to do. As XRP's ETF hopes hang in the balance, it's becoming clear that the upcoming U.S. election could be the deciding factor. While the SEC's appeal and ongoing legal battles will play a role, the regulatory environment under a new administration might ultimately determine whether XRP becomes the next major altcoin to launch an ETF in the US. So, that's the update for now. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.